In this video, we're looking at the energies of the full moon and the Sirius activations. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hi, and welcome back. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Claire Atyeo. And today we're going to be having a look at the energies that are coming in with the new moon tomorrow. And the first of the Sirius activations that are going to be taking place, and what that will actually mean in real terms for you, for me, for all of us. So I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not going to give you the planetary alignments, but the alignments that are going on at the moment means that Sirius is aligning as the new moon goes into Aries. And what that is actually going to mean for us, the first of these energy activations with the Sirius planet, and for those that align and resonate with originating from Sirius, are going to be affected more so, but everybody's going to be affected. What it's actually going to be doing is there is going to be a greater activation of the third eye. There is even those that are spiritually awakening, and those that have been doing mediumship and spiritual work and using that third eye, there is going to be an up leveling of that. There is going to be more energy. There's going to be an expansion of that third eye and what we can actually do with it. But how that is going to affect us in physical terms as we're integrating those new light codes is we're going to have the potential of having headaches, sinus problems. We're going to feel a pressure on our eyes, maybe in our third eye. It's going to kind of give us a very muzzy, heady, foggy feeling for the few days or the weeks that it takes us to integrate. The beauty of having that greater activation of the third eye is it is going to expand our ability of perception, the way we perceive ourselves, the way we perceive others, the way we perceive situations in the world. It's going to give us a 360-degree perspective, and in doing so, that will allow for greater compassion, because we're going to have all of the information rather than just part of it. And I always use the 25-75% perspective, that usually we have 25%, and then it's our programs, our experiences, our memories that make up the other 75%. And the expansion of this third eye is going to take that away. So there's going to be less misunderstanding. Now, these activations, what actually comes in and what I've actually been getting is and they're coming in with Athena. Now, those of you that know me, those that have been following me for a while, my first guide was Athena. So for me, this is very, it feels very personal. It feels massive. Is the only thing I can say. It feels massive. And I know for the last 6 months at least, I have been doing a lot of work. I've been guided to do a lot of work to reconnect in a much more powerful way to the land, to embody the triple goddess within me, the maiden, the mother, the sage, and to really feel into what that means for me. And I have been saying with previous posts that this is going to be, this healing needs to take place. For us to be able to move forward, we have to let go of the old to be able to welcome in the new. And a lot of what I've actually been doing is rewilding myself. And what I mean by that is I've not only been in nature, I have been part of nature. So I've been going out onto the land and not just actually being there, but actually being part of the land. And the only way that I can really describe that to somebody who's not yet experienced it is to think about, if you're a parent, think about when you had, when your children were young, or if your children still are young, and you have one of those days when you're absolutely exhausted, so you put a video on for them, or you get them playing with something and you take a little nap. And within that space of having a little nap, you've got one foot in each world. You have the one foot in the 3D, so you're alert to noticing any changes in the current environment, in the 3D environment, but you're also in that dream world. And this is what's been happening this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about rewilding yourselves, is to have a foothold in both worlds so that you can feel the energies, you can start to give back to the ancestors. You can pull up that information. The land can hold you, can nurture you while you do the healing on the karmic cycles, while you do the healing on those ancestral cycles. There has been a lot of healing. I've been putting a lot of posts out saying it's time to do the deeper work, the deeper healing. Okay, we've done this life, the inconsistencies and the lack of love that we've desired in this life, but we're being required to take that deeper, to actually heal those karmic cycles within our ancestral lineage, so that we have a clear path for the future and these new and bright and wonderful energies that are coming in, so that we can co-create with God rather than co-create from fear. So these are the potentials, and it's massive. And whilst I was out walking this morning, and I was contemplating this video, and I was allowing the information to come in and download, what I was really getting was the phrase, it takes a village to bring up a child. And what spirit showed me was taking that a step further, was that Mother Nature and all of her beings, the animals, the plant lives, the trees, it takes her village to bring us up. And so we're being asked to put our trust, put our faith, put the work in to rewild ourselves in nature, to become one with nature, to allow nature to hold us, to nurture us, to love us, so that we can face these darker aspects, the shadow selves, the deeper shadow selves within us and within our ancestral lineage, so that we can release it, we can free it, we can transmute it, so that we are then an open, clean vessel to co-create for the future and future generations. So this is massive, massive shifts coming up. And I'm not going to lie, it's going to be uncomfortable. If you've not been doing the work, then it is going to be uncomfortable. Athena, I've been drumming I've been guided to drum for the last 2 weeks every single day. And it's interesting if I show you, whoops, excuse me, bashing the camera there. But this is my drum. This is Athena. And this is Athena. Most people recognize Athena as the Greek goddess and the mythology from the Greek goddess, but Athena goes back, way back, way past Atlantis. I met her in Atlantis. When she came to me, it was in Atlantis, but I do know that it goes back further than that. And you don't have to identify with Athena, but it's her energies that are coming through. Athena is balanced. She is balanced in her masculinity and her femininity. And because of that balancing of the divine masculine and feminine within her, she's not going to be softly, there we go, my lovely, you need to do some healing. She is going to trigger that masculine within her, is going to create triggers, but they're not created to hurt you. They're created to push you through them. And it will be uncomfortable, but it will be even more uncomfortable if you pull back from them. What I would actually encourage you to do is to surrender to what's happening in your life, surrender to actually looking at what you're being shown, surrender and take notice of what keeps coming onto your radar, because those are good indications of what actually needs to be pulled out, to be released, to be transmuted and transcended. The last couple of weeks have been full of purging. I myself have been purging. I've spoken to other practitioners and they have been purging, and it's been heavy. But once the work is done, it is liberating. And when I say purging, it's not very pleasant. I'm not going to lie. It's really tapping into those heavier energies that have sat dormant in our DNA for generations that we are pulling out. And so we are retching, we are vomiting, we are suffering with diarrhea. As I said, it's not pleasant, but by God, it is so liberating and so freeing, and you feel so light when you've actually done it and when you're doing it. And don't get me wrong, I am absolutely certain that there is more to be done. The next month or so, the next few weeks, maybe even in the next couple of days, we are at the Two of Swords. We are going to be challenged by the Two of Swords. We are going to have to make a decision as to whether we jump into the unknown like the Fool and have faith in ourselves, have confidence in ourselves, have the courage to believe that the universe has our back. Or are we going to recede into old habits, old comfort zones, old places that we know doesn't really serve us, but we know them, and so they feel safe, and so we can keep running the old programs that keep the treadmill running. And these are decisions that each and every one of us is going to have to take. Are we going to plunge ourselves into the unknown and trust, keep that faith of that flame alive within us, or are we going to recede back into those old habits? And this is the question. This is the energies that is coming through with the new moon and this activation of Sirius. and so it's not light. It's not light at all, but please know it is not here to hurt us. It is here to help us transcend and expand and evolve and prepare us for the following activations of Sirius that are coming up throughout this year. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some clarity. If you've not liked or subscribed, then please do so. It will help other people find this video and hopefully help them to understand what's going on energetically. If you'd like to work with me, the link is in the description. Until the next time, bye bye.